Well, hello everyone. You join me in the 2024 Ford Bronco Raptor, and this one is a very well-equipped one at $97,000 as configured. I'm not joking, that's the actual number on the sticker, but obviously you can get these for a little bit cheaper as well, and you can get them at a little bit of a lower price point with some different options. Let's go take a quick tour on the exterior before we go take this one on a drive. We have a pretty wild specification on this particular Bronco Raptor. It's also quite high off the ground. So here we have Oxford white with this new kind of code orange style package for 2024 along with the Raptor graphics. So the orange is very visible all over the place from the beadlock capable wheels here with these BF Goodrich KO2 rubber. We have these orange recovery hitches up front. Of course, you can just see how wide the Bronco Raptor really is. You have those incredibly huge suspension components, those live shocks, that incredible suspension system. We have those really thick underbody cladding plates, that unique Raptor graphics up front on the grille, the lights design. We have vented fender. There's so much stuff going on here, that extended side mirrors. You know, it's like 10 inches wider than a regular Bronco, which is crazy to think about. We have these rock slider rails with these removable side steps, I believe, and you know, the amount of options on this thing just are endless. This is essentially almost like a brand new vehicle versus a regular Bronco. The entire chassis body is really kind of rethought out. It's strengthened. There's new components. We have custom taillights as well for the Bronco Raptor, really Baja style racer inspired. Nice big rear tailgate as well that swings open. We have a reinforced swing door anchor as well. And of course, this top glass as well does open to give you some nice rear space back here. We have a tow hitch. I believe the Bronco Raptor can tow around 4,500 pounds, which is a good number, I would say. Close that up. It's just an absolute monster. It sounds really great with this twin turbo V6. You know, I would say rear seat space is a little bit compromised, but you really want to be driving the Bronco Raptor. Check out this interior real quick too. This really cool navy blue style interior with this orange accents, Alcantara leather. This is the leather upgrade. We have orange seat belts now. Raptor everywhere. There's Raptor everywhere in this vehicle. So you're never going to forget what you're driving. And I absolutely love this steering wheel as well. It's such a really nice shape, form factor. All the buttons feel fantastic on them with lots of customizability. We can change our dampers independently, our exhaust settings, our steering center settings. We have a custom drive mode. We have our go over all terrain modes, all the way from slippery to tow haul to sport to normal to off-road to Baja, as well as rock crawl. So we got them all. We also have front and rear lockers, trail turn assist, as well as our sway bar disconnect, traction control, and of course all these nice little multi-function areas up here with charging ports. We have GoPro mounts built in. We got that Bang & Olufsen audio speaker system, which is worth the money. It's really actually quite good of a system. And we also have, of course, our transfer case controls here. So 4 high, 4 low, 4 automatic. Usually we'll be in 2 high for this. We also have our kind of off-road cruise control style system there as well. This thing is loaded up with stuff. Paddle shifters, you really do got it all. Those 6 pre-wired auxiliary ports. The amount of stuff you're getting for your money is pretty impressive. And this thing is so shockingly good to drive on the road and in some kind of off-road dirt style scenarios. That's pretty much all I'm able to kind of test it out over here where I live. It's really, really good. Other than being super wide, I'm impressed. So let's head out on the road. We're gonna leave it in normal mode right now. Pop into drive. Before we do that, we have our reversing cameras. So we have really clear cameras on this particular Bronco. So I do quite like that. Really no issues there. We also have parking sensors, which is something you will need for how wide this thing is. Of course, we have all those trailer cameras as well that will assist you in that. Going forward, we can also activate our front-facing camera as well as all of these other nice cameras which fill up this massive display as well. So really like that ability to kind of see stuff. And then when you're in certain off-road modes, you can actually kind of split these out to the tires as well to kind of get some better visibility there, which is a really nice touch. Now, as we know, this twin turbo EcoBoost V6 under the hood is making around 418-ish horsepower, which is a nice healthy number in the 400 pound-feet to torque range area as well, which is also quite nice. And one of the things that I was like really impressed so far with this Bronco Raptor over the course of this week of driving and is how good it is on the road to drive. You know, outside, this vehicle is very intimidating looking. It's huge, it's big, it's loud looking, and driving it on the road is such an easy experience. I honestly forget it's even like a massive crazy off-roader until you just like start looking around, recognizing where you are. It's that comfortable. The suspension is just absolutely fantastic for even just on-road use. It soaks up everything. Even on like the highway, you hear those tires speaking a lot. There's some squeal going on, but it's just so big. They're 37-inch rubber. It's just so comfortable and quiet on the road. I honestly was really impressed. And you have the added benefit of that really cushy suspension soaking up all of those bumps. We're gonna pop it here into sport mode now. Quick and easy to do. It's gonna get louder, our steering's gonna stiffen up, dampers stiffen up for some more control. And you can hear how good this engine sounds. Now, shockingly, it's actually not as loud as the F-150 Raptor, which is, I guess, okay, but it still has a really great exhaust note, and that's all real sound. All that's real. Nothing is like fake or augmented here. You're getting that pure raw experience. You can make it even louder by stepping into the Baja mode. And in sport mode, it downshifts. And you know, the other big thing I would say about this vehicle before we head out onto the highway that I really love this week is the refinement of this, the whole powertrain and the experience. I've had no issues. This is probably the best tuning of Ford's 10-speed automatic I have experienced from the entire company, from both Lincoln and the Ford side. It's just smooth, seamless. The shifts, you sometimes barely even know it's shifting. It's so smooth, and I've had no issues there as well. And everything from just changing your transfer case modes to changing drive modes is a quick, seamless background style experience where it just works for you. I really, really like that. Let's head out onto the highway here. We might as well test out the paddle shifters. We do actually have a manual mode here, but as you can see, the transmission shifts so quickly. You barely even like enjoy those shifts, but that is going to help to kind of squeeze out the most fuel economy you possibly, I would say, could get out of this thing, which is not a lot. Some nice turbo booshes and sounds coming in there. We're out on the highway. We'll pop it back into normal mode for right now. Let's watch out for the police over here. But out here on the highway, it gets up to speed quite quickly, and honestly, it's super comfortable. Other than the road noise coming from these massive tires, it's actually a very refined experience here. The steering feels like you're in like a regular SUV or a car. It's smooth, comfortable. There's really not a lot of like jitters or communications or rough communications coming through there, which I really like. And I have to say, this roof now with this this padded material, extra sound deadening material in here, it feels pretty quiet actually in here, especially compared to like the ones that I don't remember them actually having this material in here. The last Bronco I was in for the sound deadening, so I guess that could be why. It's definitely going to be quieter than a soft top Bronco as well, but really out here on the highway, it's generally quite impressive. Now you also have quite a bit of safety information and stuff in this Bronco Raptor, which is a great benefit for all the features coming in at this price, though I wouldn't say they're the best features, and especially in terms of the adaptive cruise control and lane keep assist. This thing is so wide. I feel like I am taking up almost like the entire lane of this highway. It feels like it's that wide. So the lane keep assist, if you do have it on, it's going to be bumping you in and out of those lanes quite a bit, and you definitely do feel it. But you do also have full radar adaptive cruise control, which is pretty easy to set here. I can just pop it on the left hand side of my steering wheel, set my speed I want to be at, and that's it. We're already in that setting right there. So again, it works really well. We can change our following distance, and again, it's nice to have these features, especially if you're going to be driving to an off-road course and you want to just let the car kind of drive itself. That's pretty cool. Again, the one big downside of this vehicle, which, you know, at this point you're buying this for fun, you're gonna love this thing anyways, is the fuel economy. It's not it likes to drink fuel a lot. I've been averaging 13 miles per gallon this week, and that's actually not that far off of the EPA numbers of around the 15 to 17-ish range. So that's what you're going to be seeing on a daily basis with the Bronco Raptor in terms of fuel economy, even if you're trying your best to kind of drive it in a fuel efficient manner. The giant tires, the boxy shape, the really wide with the twin turbo V6. All of that is really benefiting you in all the fun areas of off-roading and even on-road performance, but you're going to take a little bit of a hit on fuel economy. And if someone was able to squeeze 17 miles per gallon out of this thing, go you, that's all I have to say there. But nonetheless, it's still a really great experience. And I have to say, when you're out here on the highway, if the road noise is still bothering you, turn on this absolutely fantastic Bang & Olufsen audio system. I think it's around a 10 speaker with a subwoofer. It's really, really good. The audio quality genuinely also impressed me. It's honestly better than some luxury vehicles audio systems from like European brands. Like, it's that good. It impressed me in this Bronco Raptor. It definitely sounds better than some of the systems you'll be getting in a Wrangler as well. So a nice job for Ford on that one. And you have all of your nice amenities and features here, especially with this infotainment system. You have huge Apple CarPlay, which you can actually adjust by pressing this little button here. I really haven't seen many vehicles do this other than Ford and Lincoln products. So you can change the size of Apple CarPlay to fill up that whole screen, or you can minimize it to just have that one little bit available to you, which actually is a little bit more easy to use as a driver for kind of using things with one hand. And that unlocks this little side panel over here to kind of cycle through some off-road pages, music information, mapping information. So it becomes a handy, actually, little side screen there, which is a nice touch as well. In terms of feature-wise, there's not much going on in here. You do have separate climate controls, which I absolutely love. I like to have that as physical buttons over here. So Ford's doing a lot of good things in the Bronco, and this Raptor is a really refined, top-notch experience, especially with this one with the upgraded interior. We have this really nice stitching on the top dash with this kind of navy style material. Seats are super supportive, very comfortable, lots of adjustment. They've heated, 3-stage heating control, as well as a heated steering wheel control. You really do have all that you need in this Bronco Raptor, and it's pretty good all-around experience. Now, is it too wide for some trails? I'll leave that up for you guys to decide. But you have to remember, it's still smaller, especially significantly shorter than something like an F-150 Raptor and even the Ranger Raptor. I think one of the best, most fun things you can do about this is also you have your Raptor drive mode, which is technically your My mode. So you can customize that by using these damper settings, the exhaust settings, as well as the steering settings, drive mode settings, auto stop start. All of this can be customized into your Raptor mode. So I've set it to have some things in sport. You could even have it custom to your transfer case as well. So that's a lot of nice customizability to that, and I really like the steering in sport as well. I have a really nice control, and this steering wheel really helps to communicate a lot of nice inputs to your hands, to what's going on those massive front tires as well. So I actually really quite like that a lot. And it's pretty easy to switch in between your Raptor mode as well as just your regular drive mode that you have preset already. So that a lot of this customizability and stuff really kind of reminds me of like an M or AMG's level style of vehicle. That's what this Raptor line reminds me of from Ford. Like, they've really toned in the Raptor experience, the Raptor chassis, the Raptor engine, the Raptor drive mode customizability, what you're getting in terms of off-road stuff. They really, I think, kind of tied that all together really well, and you're definitely getting that full experience here. So I think it may be a pricey vehicle, but if you have the money to afford it, oh boy, would I get one of these to just throw out on the weekend, take the roof panels off if I want to. It's just really, really fun. And it has that incredible ability to just hop on and off-road just so quickly in so many different settings. So we're about to pop over here to some gravel road. I think for fun, we'll pop it into an off-road. We'll throw it into Baja mode for fun here, because this is a little bit the crazy loud aggressive mode. You can see our screen's gonna change. We have a camera that pops up over here as well. And I'm over here on this gravel road now, and it literally, I don't even know what's underneath me. I could cruise on this for such a long time, and I honestly feel so comfortable. I feel little to no vibrations in my seat right now. I do feel some feedback coming through the steering wheel for sure, just because of the undulations of the road, but it's really just dimmed out to it feels like I'm just going over a rough patch of road, not gravel road. So really impressive on that front. It's a little bit aggressive in Baja mode, I won't lie. And then you can also play around with all these fun screens. You have your Raptor status, you have your drive mode assistant, obviously your power distribution. So when you shift in different drive modes, it's going to pop into a different transfer case setting. So now I went into 4 high for me automatically, not even me having to go into the transfer case settings myself to do that. So again, a lot of that stuff is thought out for you, even just based on these go over all terrain modes, which I really quite like. Back onto the gravel, I really like this camera here. It's kind of showing you your wheel track as well to give you a good idea of where you're going. This thing just makes so many fun noises and sounds. Now, there's also some really other cool information you can check out in this Raptor information display, and it's thick information that honestly, like, you're never really going to need, but if you did need it and it's on your dash, you do have it here. So let me just find this page real quick. So we can see like our vacuum, our boost pressure, our oil pressure, engine oil temp, transmission temperature, cylinder head temperature, as well as our air fuel ratio, air charge temperature, inlet air temperature, and your battery voltage. All good signs and areas to be monitoring if you are maybe even doing some modifications, or you want to see how some stuff is handling in the off-road situation. Cool that they're including that on here as well. It kind of reminds me of stuff that the Charger and Challenger Hellcats information, all that crazy gauges and graphs. It's kind of cool to see what's going on with your vehicle without having to plug in some kind of chip or auxiliary displays. But even on these back roads over here at more comfortable speeds, hopping on and off some dirt roads, it just does that whole process so seamlessly and flawlessly that it really, I think, it's that Raptor experience. It's just, everything's just been so well integrated and I think well thought out for this vehicle, which I honestly, I'm going to be completely honest, can't say about some other Ford products. It's just so good. This is what you expect from a real good off-roader. Again, it may be a little bit too big for some trails and some other situations, but it can jump, it can do the dirty work in some tough trails and some really rocky situations as well. It's pretty cool, really, really cool. And you can have that ability, just like we're about to do right now, where I can just switch drive modes and go into different terrain situations just so quickly and easily. And that really sums up my just whole week of experience with this Bronco Raptor. It's been really fun. You definitely are going to get quite a lot of looks in this SUV if you do choose to go, but especially in one of these louder color option and graphic packages. It's just a loud, visually SUV. It's huge. It looks like a monster truck. And if you like that attention, definitely go for one of those louder specs. But you can get this a little more tame of a vehicle as well. And it still is, I think, a really cool, unique off-roading choice. And of course you have that whole Bronco family of vehicles. You have the Everglades, you have like the Big Bend, you have all those different options you can kind of go through if you don't need this extreme Raptor. So after that, I think at this point in time, the Bronco lineup is really, 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 even more so a threat to, I guess, the Wrangler's dominance and the dominance of sales. It's just offering such a really impressive package. It feels more refined, a little more sturdier, more even road focused, but also having that incredible off-road capability than a Wrangler. I don't know, I'm really liking the stuff that Ford's doing over here, so I hope to keep it up. I'm really excited to see what's going on and some future products, and I hope we're able to get the Ranger Raptor out here for a week in review after I was just able to drive it just for around 30 minutes a few weeks ago. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching this review and drive of the Bronco Raptor. I'm going to enjoy these dirt roads and feeling absolutely nothing with this vehicle for a little bit longer, and as always, stay tuned for more coming on Allcarnews. Cheers!